In less than a day, the people of Malaysia will be going to the polls to elect a new parliament. Since her independence in 1957, Malaysia has been ruled by the same party, the Barisan Nasional or National Front coalition, and its predecessor, the Parti Perikatan or Alliance Party. This election marks this first time an opposition coalition, the Pakatan Rakyat or People's Pact, has a real chance to topple the Barisan Nasional government, ending 56 years of corrupt, inept, racist, and repressive rule. However, a few issues can potentially hinder the ability of the people of Malaysia to express their will at the ballot box. The first is malapportionment. The election of the lower house of the Parliament of Malaysia is held under the first past the post system, where the country is divided into 222 constituencies, and each constituency elects one representative who wins the highest number of votes. Before 2008, Barisan Nasional held 2/3 majorities in Parliament. It amended the Constitution such that there is no restriction to the size of each constituency. That results in the largest constituency having 144,000 voters, while the smallest only 15,000, a factor of 9 difference. And that is not only the extreme cases. The constituencies are generally drawn such that the minority Chinese voters, who tend to be more pro-opposition, are packed into large districts of sizes easily reaching 100,000, while the majority Malay voters, who are more likely to vote for Barisan Nasional, are drawn into smaller districts of on average about 50,000. This causes the opposition may need to win much more than 50% of the votes in order to win a majority of seats in Parliament, with some estimates up to 53%. Another issue is the lack of transparency in handling of the postal votes. According to election law, members of the armed forces, police, and citizens residing overseas can cast their ballots via mail, but there exists no system that oversees the transporting of these ballots from the military camps or embassies to the counting centers, making the entire postal voting system extremely easy to manipulate. It is estimated that Barisan Nasional routinely wins 90% of these votes. Because of that, many overseas voters decline to register as absentee voters, fearing their votes may be thrown away or even changed before reaching the counting centers. There are other issues such as vote buying, unfair access to the state and parties controlled media, intimidation of opposition political figures, and coercion of civil servants to vote for the government. But if there is one more issue to mention, it is the phantom voters. A phantom voter is a voter who under the law should not be allowed to vote, but votes nonetheless. There are evidences that the electoral roll is full of irregularities, such as dead voters not being dropped, hundreds of suspect voters under the same address, the same person having a few duplicate identities, and so on. And then there is foreign voters. So close to the election, the opposition leader, backed by numerous confirming reports, alleged that the government gave illegal identity cards to foreign nationals from neighboring countries to vote in the election. It is said that tens, if not hundreds of thousands of illegal voters have been and are still being flown to the country by chartered flights right now. The government has denied such allegation, but has not offered any further explanation, nor has it allowed any international observers to monitor this election. So in this coming election, I plead to the Election Commission of Malaysia that it remains impartial in conducting the election and not allows any foreigners to vote. I plead also to the international community to pay close attention to this election and not to recognize the Malaysian government after the election if there is massive fraud. Malaysia cannot afford another 5 years for Barisan Nasional to loot the country to the bones. Ubah ini kalilah. Thank you.